Thank you to Quince for partnering with me and sponsoring today's video. Not only are we going to hopefully pick out the books that are going to get us through the coming heat waves, but some much needed upgrades were also made to my home space and items that just absolutely needed to be swapped out before I melted away. Everything I'm about to show you is from Quince. I've worked with them before, genuinely love their stuff, and I'm very excited to show you what they've sent me my way this time. If you've not heard of them, they're basically where you want to go for your high quality essentials for your house, whether that's cookware, homeware, anything from towels, blankets. They have clothing as well. Essentially, they work directly with the manufacturers, so they cut out the middleman. This is how they're able to offer such high quality goods at a fraction of the price. Upgrade number one I made was definitely to the bedroom. I have their linen sheets and pillowcases already, but I needed a new comforter because all I had was my very thick beloved winter comforter. So this swap for the summer months is going to be the European linen cotton stitch quilt. I really love the texture on this. I like how it looks just a little bit different. I love the stitching on it. I got this one in the shade Ivory. It really brightens up the room. Another favorite this time for both movie night but also my reading mornings. I always love to have a blanket on me. I don't like to sit on a couch or on a bed and not have a blanket on me, even if it's very, very hot. So having something lightweight and gauzy is much needed. I really love this one. This is probably the softest, most comfortable blanket I've ever owned. This is the organic cotton gauze blanket. This one I got in the shade Dried Sage. I really like this color. It's very muted, cozy green. I can have my coffee, heat up like a little bun in the morning and not have to worry about sweating to death. Should have happened years ago, but thank you, Quince, for making it happen. I've been using towels that I've had secondhand for probably 6 years now. Thank you, Grandma, for your probably literally 15, 20-year-old towels. They stood the test of time, but they were nowhere near as luxurious, soft, fluffy, and warm and long. These are the longest towels I've ever had. It's so nice coming out of the shower to envelop myself in these. I feel like I'm at a little hotel. I feel like when I step out of the shower, my little shower table is going to offer itself up to me and give me the towels. Anyway, if you guys are looking for some summer upgrades or some winter upgrades, depending on where you are, I'm envious of you if you're heading into winter. You can click the link in my description or scan the QR code on screen to get free shipping as well as 365 days return if you're not satisfied with anything. Thank you very much to Quince, and let us pick our summer reads. It's very cozy this evening. It is almost 7 p.m. and I had the wild idea to do a TBR for the next month, for June. I haven't done a TBR video and I do not remember the last one that I filmed, but I was just feeling so much desire to film one and to organize my monthly TBR, which I also haven't done for a few months. I typically only do TBR videos when I have a lot of books that I need to organize, like my reading schedule for, whether it's for book clubs or specific videos I'm filming, or I just have a big stack of books that I need to get through and I'm okay, when I want to plan when I'm going to read them. I miss going through my lists, first of all, that I made at the beginning of the year, the 26 books I wanted to read in 2026. I also really want to go through my Libby. I have so many books I've tagged from my library. I've really been enjoying, I don't know where it is, but I've really been enjoying reading on my iPad recently. I do have my Kindle here as well, but for some reason I've really been enjoying reading on my iPad, and so I have a bunch of books I have tagged from the library that I want to check out. I just have so many reading plans this month for June, so that's why we're filming one tonight. It's also storming. There has been a lot of flooding. There's been so much rain. I was also just feeling just a little bit rough and worn down, and so I wanted to make a video just in case anyone else was feeling the same and needed hopefully calm, relaxed place to rest. I can't guarantee that for much longer because it is almost Calcifer and Grendel's dinner time, and we're gonna start getting accosted by my cats, if that's okay. So anyway, grab a cozy drink, please. I think I'm gonna go make a decaf, and we are gonna go through the shelves. You are currently on my cat nail trimmers, so let's go make a drink and take a look at the shelves. Oh, I heard Calcifer yell. Do you hear that? I heard him yelling. Got a refill of my decaf coffee, so we're good to go. This is actually really not very tasty at all, but it is fine. Everyone always says that they really love this mug, and yeah, it does have a forest on it, but it's actually a Witcher mug. that I got off of Etsy, or Redbubble or Etsy, one of those, like so many years ago. So it has like Geralt on his horse and like a little castle. I still need to read The Witcher, but anyway, yeah. What do you want to say, Grendel?
What are you doing? Is it dinner time? Do you want to say something?
Mama, where's my dinner? What the heck? No. I've spilled. Oh my gosh, I know. You, what? Sorry, I didn't quite hear you. Oh, he's getting closer. Yeah. I just did that. Okay, so there's no use crying over spilled coffee. Actually, spilled coffee is probably one of the only spilling things that I would cry over, but I got a little bit too excited about the first book that I want to show you. And I spilled it all over the floor. Man, this is nice. I've actually really missed doing these TBR videos. They just feel, like for me, as the person filming them at least, they feel so calming to film. It feels like, this is one of the few videos where I feel like there's no pressure. See realistically what I need to read and what I need to get down on paper. I'll probably grab my iPad and pull up a little TBR spread, which I think would be really cute to make and decorate and plan. But it's a big old book series because I'm talking about the book selection for Game of Tomes. We'd only have 1 month to read each book that we pick, or tome that we pick, because for this year we decided that each book, although the next one is a special case, each one we would drag out over 4 months, which worked really well for the first 4 months of the year because we read Moby Dick. But then for May, June, July, and August, now I haven't started it, so technically I only have June, July, and August to read this whole book series. You probably already know what this is, but if you don't, we're going to be reading the entirety of Anne of Green Gables this year, which I'm so excited for. I have only read Anne of Green Gables and I've never continued on with the series. It smells exactly like those little balls that my mom used to have in the 90s that I think you would put them in the bath, and they were totally just microplastic mania. They were just like these little balls. I think maybe, were they supposed to burst? Were they perfume or soap? I don't know, but they smell exactly like this. Anyway, I decided to get the Norton Critical edition of Anne of Green Gables as well. This is the edition that I read Moby Dick out of. I hope to goodness that this series, and I'm gonna have to figure out which or how many I need to read for June exactly. I hope the series is gonna give me some spark of love or joy for spring and summer, because I really do not like it. I think I'm feeling it this year more than ever, that this is not my season, this is not my time to shine. In fact, it's actually making me really down, like really down this year. I am really grieving the passing of winter, and spring and summer, it's just almost like, this year especially, it just feels like too much on my nervous system, to be honest. Spring and summer is much louder, there's a lot more going on. The huge blossoming, like almost overnight, obviously, of some trees or flowers, it feels like a little bit violent to me, actually. It just is it's just overwhelming is what it is to me. It's overwhelming, and while I do enjoy some of the warmer weather, I am really honestly scared of the later summer months, because last year we had the worst heat wave that I've ever lived through yet, unfortunately, and it just makes me so sick and ill. And so I'm really not looking forward to that again. I'm hoping Anne of Green Gables can lift my spirits, because this is definitely the perfect season to be reading the whole series in, is the spring and summer. This is set on Prince Edward Island, which is a province I've not had the pleasure of visiting yet. And we follow Anne, who is an orphan. She obviously gets taken in by a new family, even though they were expecting a boy. They come to love Anne and all of her ways. And the first book was a 5-star for me, loved it. The nature writing is exquisite, some of the best nature writing I've ever come across in fiction from this time period. This one is This one's around like 250 pages, I think, and then there's a bunch of info at the back. Juicy. So I'll be reading this one, and then hold on, how many? There's 8 books in the Anne series, and I have them all here collected higgledy-piggledy. What is the phrase that you guys say? Higgledy-piggledy? Collected at odds and ends of different thrifted copies that I found. So we'll definitely be reading Anne since there's 8 of them and I only have 3 months. Let's see how many I actually want to realistically get to in June. I'm gonna aim to read the first 3 books in June, which is gonna be Anne of Green Gables, Anne of Avonlea. Anne of Avonlea I have in the vintage classics edition, and then I'll be getting to the beautiful Anne of the Island. This is the Grosset and Dunlap editions, I think from the 50s. Oh, I love these. If you would like a vlog on the Anne of Green Gables series, similar to what I've done with the big tomes I've read in the past, please comment below, please let me know. Because it's not here yet, it's been kind of out of sight, out of mind. I think it's arriving in the next couple of days though, which is good because the book for the World Tour Book Club that we're reading for May and June is from Antigua and Barbuda, and we're going to be reading Annie John by Jamaica Kincaid. I'm really excited. I've read from Kincaid previously, but never a novel from her. This one is really, really short, so if you want to join in and read some more from around the world, which is essentially the mission for the book club, to read a book from every single country, please feel free to join in. The link for both Fable book clubs is below. They're both free to join, Game of Tomes and the World Tour. But yeah, I've heard and seen some really, really good things about Annie John. So that is book number 4. I have a couple books from this stack that I do want to read, and they're both on top. I really do want to read The Enchanted April because I said maybe The Enchanted April in this book would be like The Enchanted June where I live, like similar weather-wise. So I might add this to the pile because it just looks perfect for this time of year. Probably all summer long, honestly, but I'm going to add this. Oh wait, that's the wrong pile. So many people commented that, yeah, they would love to see a Star Wars vlog, which, like, thank you. You are healing. You are helping to heal my inner child. I have been wanting to read okay, never mind. You know what? Never mind. I'm done. The video's done. I have been wanting to read Labyrinth of Evil because I just watched Attack of the Clones, and I was hoping to kind of read through the books in between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith before rewatching Revenge of the Sith for the upteenth time, so maybe, oh wait, actually, there is actually one I wanted to get to before reading through the Clone Wars stuff. I really wanted to read Darth Plagueis. This is one of the Legends, in the Legends collection. Yeah, we're gonna go with this one, I think, because this was on my 26 books that I want to read in 2026, which, while we're there, I guess, let me get my phone, and then we'll go through and see if we've actually made any progress on that. Do it. Okay. All right, look at how big the hood is on this shirt. Okay, let me pull up our 26 books for 2026. So far, we've only read 5 out of the 26 books that I put on my TBR for this year, which is not like stellar work. Medea, the plays, I'm not really in the mood for that. Some of these I put down the month next to them that I want to read them in, which is great. So stuff like Zafloya, I'm saving for October. Stuff like The Idiot by Dostoevsky is for September. We have Devil on the Cross, which could be good. Heart of a Dog could be good. What am I in the mood for though? I guess Moby Dick we can kind of cross off very soon. To be honest, it's not technically done yet, but it will be before next month. Oh, Fortuna Sworn I did want to make some progress in actually, and we have put Darth Plagueis from this list on the TBR as well. The 2 that I grabbed that I'm in the mood for. The first one is that I actually do really want to continue the Fortuna Sworn series, my reread of it this month. I'm on book 3 of the reread, which is Deadly Dreams. I don't remember too much about this one. Actually, it's been a long time since I've read it, but the beautimicity of these are so gorgeous. So yeah, this is book 3, and then I will be halfway through the series. The other one that I'm in the mood for from our 26 list is A Living Soul by P.C. Yersold. This was a gift, and I just feel like I am really in the mood for something like this. This is sci-fi following a brain, or rather a human being reduced. I don't know if it's like the brain was taken from a human being who was alive, or whether this brain was just created all by itself in a lab. Either way, the brain has consciousness and is aware that they're in a tank being experimented on. This was a gift as well. Thank you so much. It explores the resilience of the human spirit set against the threatening big brother of technological progress. I am checking out the audiobook situation because I just finished a 39-hour audiobook. The audiobook situation recently is usually stuff I'm in the mood for in terms of fantasy, lighter reads. I don't ever I don't think, well, it depends. I have listened to some Dickens works I've gotten really bored of on audio, but when it comes to classics, I don't really listen to them on audiobook. So my audiobook is just like for fun, you know, it's like when I'm doing chores or if I'm playing a game and I want to listen to a book at the same time. It's something that's not very hard to get into. So like romance, some fantasy, middle grades, and just other stuff. I have been wanting in June to do a bird watching video, and I thought I could combine it with like reading and possibly reading books about birds. And I was like, how am I gonna do that fiction wise? But then I saw this one just in my library. It is a romance, but it's called The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love by India Holton. And I was like, this would be kind of perfect to read in a bird watching video. I think this would be so cute. Because we have rival ornithologists who are hunting through England. They're hunting through England for a rare magical bird in a historical fantasy rom-com reminiscent of Indiana Jones. This one I found myself when researching for around the world stuff. This one is called Midnight Robber by Nalo Hopkinson. Okay, so we're on a different planet called Toussaint, and it's carnival time, and the Caribbean colonized planet is celebrating with music, dance, and pageantry. I don't know, this just sounded very cool and unique, and I'd heard other authors speak highly of it, so. It's really coming down out there. The waves are so big. I think those are all the books that I want to pick for my TBR. I think we're gonna have to count that up, but I think that was at least 10, which I have not been reading per month in a while, but also I have been reading huge honkin' tomes. A Living Soul by P.C. Ersold. Very excited for that. If you haven't read From Sweden, From Around the World, and you want to, I haven't read it, but it looks very promising. And then to continue, Fortuna Sworn, we have Deadly Dreams by K.J. Sutton. Very much looking forward to diving back into this world. For my Star Wars addiction, we have Darth Plagueis with The Enchanted April by Elizabeth von Arnim. I got this one thrifted earlier this year, and it just looks quite fun. Ooh, beautiful mergansers. We're already doing some bird watching. For hopefully the bird watching video, fingers crossed, I really want to read The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love. If you have any other like birdish fiction, please, I need it. It's the commencement of reading Anne of Green Gables. We have the first 3 books by L.M. Montgomery. So that's 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's gonna be my June TBR. I feel quite happy about it. However, I do also want to film like obviously another Reader Eat episode in June. I also have another video series idea that I'm like planning and organizing, which is going to obviously require some reading. So there's a lot of reading to be done this month, but I'm gonna go feed the boys now because they have very patiently waited 9 minutes past their dinner time. And I'm gonna leave you to enjoy the beautiful sounds of the storm. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching. Kelsper says goodbye. Ciao.